Hey, whilst Dragon Metals here. Today I'll be painting the detailing, that's all the metals and stuff on the sector Mechanicus, boiler, support and bulkhead and lift crane. All these things. Might or might not do the cabling in this. Should be green and blue, that's if I do it. Using the standard brush for this. Start with the support arch. Nice clean palette here, you can see. That's why I use ceramic, it cleans up quite nicely. Using a standard brush. Water that down a little bit. So all sorts of different components will be painted. I'll be doing this pipe and so on. Some floof there off my bunny rabbit. So I'll start with this pipe. Well, that light off that lighting really in my face is incredibly bright. It's actually doing my eyes, phasing them out. It's not so good, but it is nice and bright for painting, I guess. Try and get through this as quick as possible. This is the stage before the last stage. This is. There's a tongue twister. You can see I'm painting the details. All these tiny wires I will also paint. There's wiring, so I'll be painting them green and blue. But maybe not in this video. See how long it takes to do all these metal, because after I've done the metal I must do the gold. There will also be a gold colour, which will actually turn out to be a bit brassy once I've applied the washes, which will be on the final stage. Applying the washes, which will be brown, which will make the metal that I'm painting a little bit less brighter. I'm going to do that pipe gold and that boilery thing. Should do these pipes gold, metal, and do the doodads like the valves and the furnace itself gold. It's best to mix up what you paint them as between metal and gold colours. That way it makes all the components unique. Flicked that on the side there. Itchy nose, my bunny's fur. Who's at my feet? Show her if there's time. If not, check out some of the other videos I have. There's a video of her. Couple, actually. Bit much from that side. I just got it off. Cool. Let's do the piping to this thing. Vent. Or duct. Whatever you want to call it. That I'm definitely doing a golden colour, as well as these two things. Pipe there. I can have the silver treatment. This is actually gunmetal, the shade, which is actually what it looks like. Sometimes you have like mithril silver and stuff, even though it looks like not mithril silver, looks almost white. Silver with white added. They should have called that stuff. that panel there I will be doing gold. On the opposite side now, as you can see. Boiler will probably take the longest time, as it has the largest surfaces. Right. Reason I'm using a standard brush like this is because I need to get all the details and not mess up the original paintwork. Our boiler is going to be golden, as are these two little vent things. I think I'll do this panel by here, silver. It's got a 6 and what looks like a some sort of symbol, like an omega or something. Got that long pipe there. I'll do that in silver. I have another 3 of these painted. I'll assemble the entire set with all the gantries and walkways and stuff once I've finished all of the stages on these. But I will also need to spray up a small base to display them on. Should be ash wastes. So basically what that sounds like. Very grey, moonscapey type battle bird. Ooh, the bunny's licking my toe. Ooh. Ah, you know I'm doing stuff, don't you? Ah. Oh, that's bad. That tickles. Stop it. You're cute bunny rabbit. I know, Lucky. I can't smooth you. Oh, she's demanding smooth. You're on the floor below me, down there. See if I can show you. He's licking my toe. Very distracting. Wow. Giddy me. She knows I'm doing stuff and wants to join in. Clever bunny. Aren't you lucky? That was probably the most distracting thing ever. Oh, she's laying down. She's just saying she loves me. Oh. I looks after her very well. Basically a herd companion. I did rescue her also from a busy road a very long time ago, where she had escaped and she had all injuries round her neck from where she had got her neck caught in a cage or some such. Poor girl. And I found her in a road, running up a busy road. So I dropped what crap I had and grabbed the bunny. Poor girl. What are you doing? Apart from escaping to come find me. That bunny was destined to be here. Most probably. So I've done the metal bits on that. Do this fan thing next. Ducted fan. Bulkhead. What to do gold? I think I'll do these pipes metal. Hey, I think I'll do these pipes here metal on the side of the duct. Cool. What about this cable here? Yeah, let's do this big cable, that pipe, and we'll do this thing gold. Looks like a radiator. It's best to paint these in an irregular manner as to apply in the metal colours. As I've said previously, just as they make it more unique. And a lot of these sets are pretty generic, as in lots of other people have them. So it's best to paint them in slightly different ways. Or not paint them at all and spray them. And dry brush it some funky colour. Okay, that's the cabling metallized. Paint on my palette stand to dry out. Do these pipes here and there. Doesn't matter if I overspill too much, as I will be applying a wash into the crevices, and that hides any very slight spillages around the edge. Bunny fur on there. Put that off. Put that guy on there. Damn it. What do you like, Wiki? That's not bunny fur, that's a bristle. Got it. It's a bristle off the brush. Fair enough. Sorry, Lucky. It wasn't your fur. It's actually sunset right now. Very pretty sunset. I'm going to do these gauges, gold. These pipages. They're all being gun metalized. Next I will do the lift crane, which is actually of the servo skull thingy, or would have been, which was definitely placed on to that lift crane, if you ask me, because it's definitely a separate model. It looks cool. It's like a spider crab mech thing. There's images of that on my Instagram, check it out, it's pretty cool. Slowly coming along. This will most likely be one of the 40-minute videos. The next step will probably be quite short. Applying the washes, which will be the final step. Some people apply them during painting rather than at the end. I like to do it at the end with large pieces. I do when I'm doing this particular style anyway. You can see I'm doing all the craney, lifty components at the bottom, metal. We'll do these cogs gold. Going to do the big boiler next. Which will probably be the focus of the build on the diorama I will make once I finish the whole set. Including some of the things that I've painted recently. other things. This can be gold. These gaps in here I actually want silver, gunmetal silver, which is why I tried to miss them when I was painting by a dry brush in stage 3 of this. I'm also doing my last metal pouring of the year, which I will be pouring loaf moulds. If you're into that sort of thing, check it out. That will be a future video. I pour e-waste, that's electronic waste, into bullion bars. I've been doing it a very, very long time. That's what I do normally. Just painting because it's winter, basically. Coming along nicely. Trying not to get my head inside of the front of the camera's angle. Okay, that'll do nicely. Next, the big boiler, which is going to use quite a lot. Where to start? Right. Just taking it carefully around here. Remember, I will be applying washes as well, so it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. In fact, it's preferable not to have a perfectly metal uniformity. Because rusty things generally ain't uniform, they are ununiform. Regular metallic crystals. Knots of rust, for example. Palette is running thin with paint. To apply some more in a minute to the palette. Best to be neat, but not too neat, as I've said, otherwise I'd be using a fine detail brush, which I'm not, as that would take a very long time for an overly perfect paint job. Mind you, this is a building, a large boiler at that. Quite a lot of metal this is. Some water to that. I'm actually watering down the paint there, as you can see. A little bit. It's actually quite light, this plastic. Not too much weight to it. Okay, that's one of the sections of the shield done, as you can see. Next section. be a total of 4 sections for each face. Shouldn't take too remarkably long for doing this. Still got to do the bottom part and the top, starting in the middle. So that's where the most metallic colours are going to be used. Also need to do the gold. May or may not have time for that, hopefully I will. But I will continue painting until my video ends anyway. Check my Instagram, my Twitter and my Dakka page for more images. There will be a link to my Dakka in all my painting videos, and links to everything else in videos that aren't painting related, which is most of my hundreds of videos. I'm going to be doing these ducts gold also, in colour, so it'll look cool. Done that before, so that's one side almost done. Not on the top. Okay. See why this uses so much paint. That side down. I'm going to be doing that thing there in the middle, gold. Honey, stop making so much noise. She's doing that by purpose. Wants me to get her to pay attention. Okay, Lucky. Come back. Doing a painting video. Time to go. She's trying to relax and can't. I've got loads of bright lights on for painting. Getting dark very quickly outside. It's going to be degrees tonight. Very wintry indeed. So even though it's hot in the day, it is bitter at night. Too much there, wipe some off. Even though it'll be glazed out when I apply the washes. Pipes now on this side. Very laborious painting, as you can see. Bubbly, that paint. Soon settle. So there's quite a lot of water in it. And as you splash it, you create bubbles. Okay, this is all coming along nicely. inside part, wipe some of that down, off. See what I'm doing there? I'll get rid of some of it. Quite a lot of metal mixed in there. Need a clean water, although this is full of metal, not good for that. Clean water. So we continue. It's coming along quite nicely though. Part I was painting is actually okay. It's mixed in and dried off a bit now. Just looks like corrosion of sorts. It will be washed anyway. Continue painting the metal colours on the other side. On the top. I'll likely do some other sort of videos also, as in modelling, making terrain just like this, but for free. I was using a lot of paint this thing, more than I expected anyway. I'm still not even onto the gold colours yet. Although there will be less surfaces to cover with the gold, but still. Messy there. You'd be lucky. Oh, just cleaning noisily. Hopping sounds. She's off for a munch. Maybe I'll have some peace and be unlicked and unnibbled now. She keeps getting me. Okay, that's nice. Do the top part. It's like essentially a large cap. This thing, like a large cap. I've got a fan which attaches to this. There's actually a few options. There's a hatch also, but I will be using the large fan since it looks cool. You don't have to use that, it actually connects under a walkway also, it's the exact same height. It's all very cleverly engineered. So they're all very modular, all these buildings and stuff. Which is quite clever. All the way round. Okay, that's the top part. Satisfactory. Now the bottom part. Not too many metallic components on that, just this stand essentially. Quite a lot of gold components on this though. Judging by the video time, I'll probably have to do another video of detailing the gold components. It's taking quite a lot of time to just apply the metal as it is. So I guess it'll be a 4-parter to paint all these 4 things. 4 structures. Which sort of makes sense anyway. 4 pieces, 4 videos. Was going to apply the gold. You'll have to see that in the next video. It will be a continued of the detailing. Which I'll probably do straight after this video most likely. Okay, it's coming along nicely. As you can see, it all takes a very long time. Get any bits that I've missed. There appear to be a couple. There's a big gap there I have missed. Good job I checked underneath. It's all good everywhere else. Cool. Run this often, not everywhere else. This fan duct needs to be metal. Time a little bit by here. It's a bit trickier. Oh, any rabbits laying down at my feet. She will never go far from me. It is winter though, winter bunnies. They're awful lovely. More so in winter with their lovely thick coats. Make great pets, far less noisy than dogs. far easier to clean up. And they're very loving animals also, much like dogs. And some rabbits actually grow to the size of small dogs, so you end up with a dog rabbit chasing you around. This is very cool. I've got to bring them up from a young age though. Okay, that's all the metal components done with Army Painter gunmetal. It's actually a really good paint. Quite cheap, but this stuff's way longer lasting than your Citadel stuff. It's quite expensive. So there's all the detailings thus far. All the metal sheathing, as you can see. And next I will be doing the gold, which will be this part, all these little tanks here, and these tiny little valves, that strange skull thing with all the wires, that massive boiler there with all the Roman numerals upon it, all very cool, you can see. Nice fan here. I'll have another one on the top here also, when complete. Check the support. All the piping has been covered in silver, and all the nice doodads left to have gold upon them. These cables, these will be green and blue, which I will do in the stage just before I wash them. So look at that bulkhead. Focus. Metal here, all the pipes there, and this radiator will be gold, that rivet in the middle of the fan, and that symbol there that says F7. So have a look at the crane. Metal inside of these gaps, that will be gold. Chains have been gunmetaled. These pipes and that T8X, or is that a T? I don't know. Strange, unusual T8X. That thing. So, next we'll be applying that gold to it. This stuff is really expensive compared to cheaper paints. There are many alternatives which I do recommend. It's just I just have all these paints from when I painted a long time ago. So, catch up in the next part so you can see these continue be painted. Say hi to the bunny. My foot. Oh, he's lucky the bunny rabbit. Get you. Keep getting me. Well, till next video.